and make sure I'm standing on business, okay? 5:30 a.m. morning routine to stand on business. Maybe that should be the title of today's video. Good morning. That was not an ad, although these are delicious. Hello everyone, welcome, rise and shine, although the sun isn't even up yet. So today I'm going to bring you along with me. It's gonna be a busy day. I wanted to share my daily routine with you because it's been a while since I've done this, since I last made a vlog, and I wanted to update you guys on my life. I know you guys are probably asking me, Madison, why are you awake at this time? Why do you do that? How do you do that? And the simple answer is, go to bed early. No, I know, it's harder than that. First and foremost, I've always been this way. I've always been this way. My circadian rhythm wants me to do this, so it is easy for me to wake up early. I'm a morning person, but you can too if you really want to. Now, I understand that some of y'all out there are night owls, and to that I say, oh man, good luck. No, I'm just kidding. I got in bed at like 9:30 last night so I could fall asleep at 10. Now, getting to bed, falling asleep can be tough. My advice isn't anything crazy or unique. Most people would say, put your phone down 30 minutes to an hour before going to sleep. Maybe read a book before going to bed. Let me tell you, every time I read a book and the sun isn't out, I fall asleep. I think it takes time. It takes a little bit of trial and error of going to bed early and waking up early, and then eventually your body will get used to it, but you do have to like really make sure that you're sticking to that schedule. I am full of life at 5, well, it's not like, probably, it's 6 now. I'm looking at my watch, but it's covered. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. now. I'm alive and full of life. This is my favorite time of day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love going to the gym, first of all, so every time I go to bed, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow morning. Because sleep is so important when it comes to, I mean, just overall wellness, life in general, but it's also very important for muscle growth and recovery and all that fun stuff. So if you're someone like me who weight trains, then sleep is important. Go to bed. Go to bed. But finish this video first. Having things that incentivize you to get good enough sleep, aside from, you know, not being tired throughout the day, will help you prioritize sleep. And I hope none of you guys, I hope none of you are like one of those people who are like, oh, I never sleep. Just sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm too busy grinding. Oh. Every time someone says that, I just roll my eyes because it's like, you're not actually grinding. You're grinding at half speed because you're not sleeping. You're not giving yourself rest. So whatever grinding you think you're doing, college students in the comments are typing as I speak. But seriously though, if you want to perform the best you can in life, whether it's work, school, the gym, sleep is important, and you will like your life a lot better if you sleep properly. This is magnesium. I just started taking it myself, and I am a freak, so I like to track my sleep on my Apple Watch. So I can see, let's see. So I don't know if you can see this well, but I slept for 7 hours and 11 minutes. This is my REM sleep, deep sleep, all that stuff. So this was like the first night, I think, or one of the first nights I had taken magnesium, and I literally slept like a baby. As you can tell, I only woke up once in the night, which is kind of rare for me. The night before I woke up 3 times, or 4 times. So yeah, so magnesium is really good for helping you get good quality sleep. You go to sleep and you stay asleep, and that's always been an issue for me, especially in some of those nightmares. I hear this all the time, that sleeping in like a cool room really helps because then your body doesn't overheat in the night and then you don't wake up. A big reason why I like to wake up this early is because you just have so much time in the day. I like to take my time at the gym. I'm not trying to rush. I spend like 2 hours there. So in order for me to spend all that time at the gym, I have to wake up early so I can still get on with my life and do the things I need to do. I'm an entrepreneur, guys. I'm self-employed. No one's telling me to do anything. I gotta take care of myself. I gotta take control and make sure I'm standing on business, okay? 5:30 a.m. morning routine to stand on business. Maybe that should be the title of today's video. Very aware that my circadian rhythm perfectly aligns with the, I don't know, our capitalist society, whatever. But a lovely phrase that I live by is discipline creates freedom. And when you are disciplined, when you have structure, you free yourself up so much. You free your mind so much because you're not constantly trying to play catch up or trying to think of, you know, what am I supposed to do next? So I'm so behind, I'm stressed, I'm running out of time. You don't have to think about that. You don't have to worry about that because you've already done the hard work of setting up your schedule, having routine structure, so you can go through the motions of day-to-day life, do the hard things without having to think about it. People think I'm crazy for this shit. I do this so I'm not crazy. Whew. Y'all don't want to see me when I'm not working out consistently. Y'all don't want to see me. Over the summer, I was in a really bad place and I totally fell off my routine, totally fell off going to the gym, and I was a mess, but I'm back on, bitch. I'm back and better than ever, okay? Okay, it's time. Let's go lift some heavy shit. Oh, and here's my outfit of the day because I didn't do the full thing. So I got my little Ugg boots on. I'm gonna change my shoes when I get to the gym. Black leg warmers. I'm wearing a bodysuit from Aloe and then the Lululemon Define jacket. The coat. Let's seize the day. Ain't got no tears to cry. Ooh, yeah. Ain't got no tears to cry. Hello everyone. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about. One being taking care of yourself in your 20s and the other being gym anxiety and the idea around embarrassment and like I'm cringe but I'm free, because I feel like I've really been living that in full force lately. I was at the gym today and in typical me fashion, I sing on the treadmill, and I do that literally so I can have better endurance and when I'm performing on stage, which I'm not doing live shows right now, but when I do, I will be prepared and I won't be out of breath when I sing. You know, it is kind of embarrassing, obviously, like singing out loud. It's a little easier for me because I know, like, well, I'm a singer, so if I'm singing, it'll probably sound good and people won't be like, oh, why is she singing? And the lady next to me was super nice and she was like, you have a beautiful voice. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. I'm glad I'm not bothering you, because I know, I don't know, maybe it's annoying, but she's like, no, like, I love hearing it. But I sing, I dance in between sets, and like, I'm not the only one who does that. I feel like people joke about that a lot. It's like, why is your workout taking so long? And it's like me between sets.
Kissing, I hope they cut us, whether they like it or not.
And today, like, someone saw me from across the room and like kind of like mocked me for it in like a funny, like, tongue-in-cheek way, not in a mean way, but they were like mimicking what I was doing and I like laughed and smiled at them. And I was just like in such a good mood because I'm like listening to my music, was really into my workout and just like vibing. And when I do stuff like that, it makes the workout so much more enjoyable and so much more fun. I actually mentioned that to my therapist. You know, I'll be singing and I don't realize it and I'm like, oh wait, like there's people around me and they can hear me. And it's the same with dancing. And she's like, you know, know, it's actually like cool that you can do that and to have that level of confidence. And I was like, yeah, I realized there was someone behind me the whole time, and I was like, oh, they definitely saw me do that whole thing. But honestly, I hope that just encourages them to be like, you know what, I should dance on the treadmill, or I should dance on the Stairmaster, like that looks like fun. And so I'm saying this because I think embarrassment a lot of the time is in our heads, right? And it's something that we kind of conjure up and we're like, oh wait, that's embarrassing, I shouldn't have done that, why did I do that? And you can kind of choose what you want to be embarrassed over. When I'm singing and dancing out loud in public, it's for me, it's a way to like express myself and feel free and just enjoy life, because there's that kind of like intention behind it, I guess. It doesn't feel embarrassing to me because I know it makes me happy. And I'm also very okay with people seeing me embarrass myself because nobody cares. Hi, it's editing me. Just a couple days after I filmed this vlog, I was doing the same thing, and this lady basically cursed me out. I was singing on the treadmill, and you know, I probably maybe was singing louder than I had thought, and this woman turns to me. She's like 3 treadmills away, and she's like, shut up! Nobody wants to hear your voice. And I was like, oh. Sorry, damn. Okay, that's embarrassing, but also, why are you yelling at me? So after I finished my workout, I went up to her and I was like, hey, I'm sorry if I was too loud. I didn't realize I was disturbing you. And she's like, I appreciate you for saying that. But like, she wouldn't look me in the eyes. And then I was like, but next time, could you just be a little bit more kinder? Because yelling at me makes me really uncomfortable, and I just didn't really appreciate that. Like, it kind of scared me. And she was like, oh, I didn't realize you could hear me. And I was like, yeah, I heard you. Also, we made eye contact, so I don't know what you're talking about, but I was humbled, okay? I was humbled. But you know what? Exposure therapy. And I know a lot of people have been like, oh, I have gym anxiety, like I'm too nervous to go into the weight room, I'm too afraid, and I totally get that. Like, I felt that way too when I first started working out, but eventually you get comfortable with it and you realize people aren't really paying attention to you all that much, and it's okay to mess up, it's okay to embarrass yourself. Like, at the end of the day, what's gonna happen? What is the fear? What is the underlying fear? Of not belonging, of, you know, and that's like a human feeling. It's totally normal to feel that way, but you can overcome it. Even today, I got embarrassed at the gym. I get embarrassed all the time. I was I was using the bench press, and I was meant to do 6 reps, but I only did 4, and on the 4th one I was like, ugh! And I had to like use the safety thing so I wouldn't like crush my fucking chest. And then one of the trainers walked over to me. He's like, I think you need a spotter for this. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, he totally saw me like fail on that. And I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I guess I don't want to be perceived as weak, or I don't want to be perceived as stupid for not being able to, like, I guess, know my limit and ask for a spotter, or, you know, whatever. Even though I was fine, I didn't do anything crazy, I didn't hurt myself, so I was fine, I handled it the right way. But even then, I had to talk to myself and be like, why are you embarrassed about this? And why do you care so much? It's okay. He spotted you and he encouraged you, and it was fine. We get all in our heads about what's embarrassing and how we're perceived, and really, we could just be free. And so, moral of the story, I'm cringe, but I am free. Speaking of doing things and not being embarrassed, this might sound strange, but something that I've become aware of recently is that people will try to make you feel embarrassed or feel like you're weird for taking care of yourself, especially when you're in your 20s. Young people, and I've been in this camp as well, I have felt this way before, we feel like we're invincible, and we're not even fully aware of it. I think it's more of just like, it's more so we don't think about our health in the future, and we don't see how certain bad habits can affect us because we haven't lived long enough to see those bad habits come and collect, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen those consequences yet. And so I don't want to get there. I don't want to get to a point where I'm like, oh my god, I'm in so much pain, I'm so uncomfortable, life freaking sucks, I wake up in pain, aching, and I'm like, man, let me do something about it and try to reverse and try to go back and fix what's already broken. I don't want that shit to be broken in the first place. My hairdresser actually put this in a really smart way of like, you have a reserve when you're young, and then your reserve gets smaller and smaller as you get older, and then people try to tap into the reserve, but it's empty, and so they're trying to build off of like nothing, and it makes it a lot harder. That's why people say, you know, take care of your health when you're young, because when you're older, you know, a lot of times it's kind of too late, or it's gonna be harder. I shouldn't say it's too late, it's just gonna be harder. And so I obviously have a very specific routine where I wake up early and I do these things that are good for me, but I'm still kind of made to feel strange for or made to feel like almost as if I'm like rigid, which I'm definitely not. And you guys can tell from my vlogs and my travel vlogs that I'm definitely not a rigid person. And if anything, you know, structure is something that I've learned. Discipline is something I've learned, which everyone is that way, you know. Like, first of all, I'm not perfect. My daily routine isn't perfect. Sometimes I wake up early and I, you know, go to the gym, and that's like the most productive thing I've done that day. But like, I'm saying all this to say, like, take care of yourself when you're young. It's fun to take care of yourself. It's not a chore. It can be something that brings you a lot of joy. I know that's how I feel. And don't let people make you think you're weird for loving yourself, essentially. Because what happens really is, deep down they know they should probably be doing the same thing. And so, because they're not, but they see you doing it, they will kind of project onto you. Like, I have friends who make fun of me for lifting weights, or, you know, poke fun at me for waking up earlier, you know, whatever it is. It's just like, and I get it, that's fine, because, you know, I can laugh about it, and I can also be like, but it's okay, like, I don't have to feel like I'm on the outside for doing these things. Now, some people will actually like totally make you feel like shit for it, which is a crazy thing, and I wouldn't advise keeping those people in your life if you can help it. But, you know, expect that from people if you're a young person and you focused on your health. Even if you're confident, you become a mirror for other people, and people will look at you and then they will see, you know, something maybe they don't have and wish they had, or see something that they don't do and they think they should do, and then they feel insecure. So as a way to like process that insecurity, they'll project it back onto you and try to make you feel bad for doing the things that you do. And this isn't to like put anybody down or shade anyone or whatever, like I'm better than you because I do this. That's the whole point, right? Is like, you don't have to feel threatened by the things I choose to do with my own life, because it's my business. Just like what you do or don't do is none of my business. There's no reason to be judging anybody for what they do or don't do with their life. And you know, when I started taking my routine seriously, it didn't occur to me that it was abnormal in any way. I mean, sure, do most people in their 20s like wake up at 5:30 in the morning to work out? No. But I didn't think it was going to be such a like big deal to other people. At least in the States, there's actually, it's more of a norm to not really pay attention to your health. And so I wish it was more of a norm to exercise and eat protein and fucking lift weights and read books and all that stuff. And that this is kind of why I want to share more of like lifestyle content here, is I want that to be more normalized, especially for young people, to pay attention to your health, because it's not just about the way that you look, it's about how you feel. And when your body feels good, your brain feels good. I mean, exercising isn't just for vanity, it's also for mental health. And Gen Z loves to talk about mental health, and you know, Gen Z also likes to talk about anti-aging. And you know what helps with those things? Exercise. You know, weight training has really done a lot for me in so many aspects of my life. It's caused me to eat better, it's caused me to sleep better, it's caused me to drink more water, it's given me routine. It's just something, you're always getting like your return on investment with weight training, in my opinion. Discipline isn't reserved for certain people, it's literally for everyone. I mean, I never felt like I was like exceptionally disciplined. To some, I do seem exceptionally disciplined just because of certain daily habits that I've built for myself, and it didn't happen overnight. I mean, it's been a year of me doing this, and I've fallen off and gotten back on and been consistent overall, but there's definitely been dips for sure, and it's a trial and error process. There's things I was doing before that I don't do anymore, and I realized, oh, that doesn't really work for me, or I don't really want to do that anymore. I think we have this idea that being healthy is hard, and I get it, you know, especially on social media, people are always throwing things at you, the seed oils and the oat milks and the parabens and the aspartame and the blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my god, like what the fuck, shut the fuck up, let me just eat my McDonald's in peace, damn. But it's really just about one step at a time and really knowing what your intention is. Working out doesn't have to be a punishment. It shouldn't be. It should never be a punishment. Working out isn't just about weight loss or getting smaller or getting bigger. If you're a guy and you just feel like, oh, I'm too skinny, like I need to, no, it's not about vanity. It's not, I mean, not to say having aesthetic goals is wrong. I totally think that's fine. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to loving yourself and taking care of the body that you were blessed to have. Hey guys, it's 2:43. I'm gonna be so honest with you, I fell asleep and then I woke up in a sweat because I realized I didn't pack for my trip. I'm leaving for Thanksgiving, like in 15 minutes. I'm so sorry, I forgot to finish the vlog. But to make up for it, I'll take you guys with me to Penn Station, because I'm taking the Amtrak downtown. What the hell? It's 3 in the morning, I'm sorry. I'm taking the Amtrak to my hometown to celebrate Thanksgiving. I was planning on having like a super productive day yesterday, but ever since daylight savings started last week, I cannot physically move my body after 5 p.m. Like once the sun goes down, I'm down. I guess I'll see you guys at the train station.